Is Jacob Markstrom next in line for the Vezina? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Weekend Whistle. I'm Chris. Joined with me, as always, is Maul. Real quick, we want to start off. Last night, we watched, all 11 innings of Game 7 of the World Series?
Yeah.
And shout out to the Dodgers, back-to-back. As a Yankees fan, I'm incredibly angry, but, I wasn't going to win either way, because I'm not a big fan of the Blue Jays, but, hey, maybe they can win in another sport, or probably not. Toronto, it's gonna be a rough year.
Good for them, because they came back from quite the deficit, and I honestly didn't think that they were going to do it. And they did it. They held on and they didn't give up. So good for them.
They pulled it out for sure. Best two teams, I think. But we are not here to talk about baseball. We are here to talk about stuff that happened over the weekend in the NHL world. Real quick, we do want to give an update for you Toronto Maple Leafs fans. Chris Tanev was involved in a scary moment on Saturday night. It was a weird collision between himself and Philadelphia Flyers forward Matt V. Michkov that resulted in a 2-minute interference call. What would you say is he collided with the back of Tanev. Tanev's head snapped back and he just went down.
It looked like the hit was just high enough in the shoulder that it kind of caused his head to almost have like a whiplash effect and go back. And for those of you who are Tanev fans, he just came back from being injured.
Yeah, literally, like this is his first game back, right?
Yeah, this is his first game back from a concussion. So that's one of the worst things that could possibly happen. And I think he's got out. He's been discharged from the hospital.
Yeah, I was going to say, the good news is he was officially discharged yesterday from a Toronto area hospital, which is good. I'm sorry, in Philly. They were in Philadelphia. I don't think he's going to be playing for a little bit. Spoken to post-game, Coach Craig Berube said, quote, he's moving and I think he'll be all right, but he's getting some tests done right now, so we'll have more in a little while. It's a tough feeling, said Toronto captain Austin Matthews. He's such an integral part of this team that brings so much experience. Anytime they're bringing out a stretcher, it's never a good feeling deep inside. So we're all obviously thinking about him and praying for him and hope for the best. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but you never like seeing that happen.
No, especially back to back. So
yeah,
take time, recover. There's plenty of hockey left this season, buddy.
Absolutely. I mean, you and I kind of had differing of opinions on the hit itself, to where you thought that it seemed intentional and I thought it was quite the opposite. It's a weird angle that they had the camera view, because for your point, you felt like he had lowered the shoulder, and the way he was swinging his stick around very much so gave that indication. I think if we had a different camera angle, it would be a little more like straightforward.
Oh, for sure.
But it was just a weird angle.
No, it absolutely was. And, I don't think he went out of his way to seek him specifically to injure him. But like from what I perceive from the only angle that they apparently got with the thousands of cameras they have in this arena, this is all they get is this one angle that sucks.
To be fair, it was incredibly off puck.
Right.
They were in the neutral zone. The puck was already in the offensive zone. That happened way off puck. So having a camera on all of them,
he kind of put his shoulder down to anticipate the hit.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of helped. I don't know. We could speculate on it all day. At the end of the day, Tanev got hurt. He got taken off on a stretcher, which is a wild thing to see in hockey because these players take massive friggin' hits.
Yes.
So when that stretcher comes out, it's a scary thing.
Yeah, you never want to see a stretcher. You never really want to see anyone get injured. Obviously, I hope Chris is all right. you think when you think about players having multiple head injuries within a very short period of time, for me it always goes back to Crosby when
Yeah.
he missed like a year and a half because he had like 2 or 3 concussions within like a 2 week span, and he missed a very large chunk of his career because of that. And then like you don't, with what we know about head injuries now, you don't ever want to see that sort of thing happen. But good news is he was released from the hospital, so hopefully we see him very soon. Um, what does it take to hold off the LA Kings? You know,
Dude, I don't know.
apparently it takes 43 saves because that's what
That's
Jacob Markstrom
wild.
had in a 4-1 victory on Saturday against the Kings.
Dude, what a wild game that was. Like that goalie, like, dude, Markstrom he worked hard for that.
I mean, that's what we call earning a 2-year, $12 million contract that he just signed on Friday.
Yeah. Like, tell me you deserve to get paid that as a goalie without telling
Without
me you deserve to
actually
get paid that
telling
as a
me,
goalie.
yeah. And I
Right.
mean, you think about his stats already this season. Um, he's 3-0 this year. His goals against is a bit rough, but that win percentage right there, 3-0 looks good in 5 starts. Um, they have had a very weird start to the season. Um, because he gave up 8 goals on fucking Wednesday.
The
Like
Devils just as an organization are having a very weird year.
like
And like we'll get more into their stand-ins later, but just like as an organization, it's like the hell are they drinking over there?
their record's insane, but like you're only at a goal differential of +9. You've got one
Right.
of the top goaltenders.
Dude, they're drinking some of that Bugs Bunny like mystic juice.
Yeah, they're drinking something. I mean, you think about last year, 49 games with the Devils. Uh, he had 26 wins, 16 losses. He had a goals against average of 2.5, which is crazy. Obviously, you're going to want to turn your season around and do a lot better than that. And he got 4 shutouts too last year. But he has an assist this year, so I guess that's, you know, better,
Dude, that's crazy. And as of right now, the Devils are 6-0-0 when scoring first.
which is an insane stat.
That's wild since they have 9 wins.
I,
That's wild.
if we want to put Markstrom's name in with the Vezina running this year, that, let's be honest, we all just assume is probably going to go back to Connor Hellebuck again this year.
This is a great way to make Hellebuck work for it.
Let's figure out this goals against average problem first off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, 3-0 is a good start. Like I said, he did just sign a 2-year, $12 million deal. We also had another couple signings that happened literally after last week's episode of the podcast.
Which always happen right after we end the recording. That seems to be quite the trend.
Oh yeah, they always pick the worst time. But the Utah Mammoth announced that they signed Logan Cooley to an 8-year, $8 by $10 million contract.
Dude,
$10 million a year for the next 8 years is fucking unbelievable. I mean, you look at Logan Cooley's stats. So far this year, he's got 12 points in 11 games. He's off the back of a 25 goal season, 65 points last year. And he's only in his 3rd year. Kid's only 21 years old.
that's wild, dude. That's great.
So by the time he's 29, he'll be done with his contract. It's a fucking $80 million contract.
Dude, you know what though? Like that's the thing is NHL raised the cap. We're gonna see players start getting paid more money. There's younger talent out there that has wild potential, and the teams are gonna pay for that.
Well, and that's exactly the point. The fact that he is so young. At 21 years old, the sky is almost the limit for this kid. Like, if Utah continues doing what they're doing, and
which is working phenomenally.
yeah, I would say, you keep building this team up around kids like him, and they have a lot of young talent on that team that looks fantastic this year. But I mean, 12 points in 11 games, and you're averaging a point a game. That's amazing production. That's championship winning production from players. Um, and I mean, like he had a goal. He had a goal last game against Edmonton. He had an assist against Winnipeg the game before that. Before that, 3 points in a game.
Mm-hmm.
4 points in a game, October 23rd against the St. Louis Blues. So, I mean, Logan, I'd say you earned that paycheck, my guy.
Oh, for sure.
Also, another big one, a piece that I feel like we're expecting to see happen. But the Colorado Avalanche and Martin Necas have agreed to a new deal. It looks like it'll be an 8 by 11.5, which is fucking crazy. Let me see if I can get the actual full details really fast on the contract itself.
8 by 11.5. Wild, dude. That's making some serious money, dude.
So we're talking 8 years, the annual average salary of 11.5 a year. It looks like it's front loaded, 60 million in signing bonuses and a full no movement clause for the first 7 years of the deal.
Jeez.
So
7 years of no movement.
So for the next 7 years, he has the right to refuse any sort of opportunities for a trade. Obviously, I understand it. That makes a lot of sense. You do it up until the first 7 and then the last year. Because he's 26, so
yeah, no, for sure.
You know, if in his mid 30s his production starts falling off, you have the opportunity to be like, this is your contract here. We can either re-sign you, we can trade you, like, and that also depends on how the Avalanche look in 8 years. But I mean, it is pretty heavily front loaded. His contract will be 6 million next year, 5, then slowly go down. So 2032 season, 1.65 million will be his base salary, but then he'll have 7 million in signing bonuses to where his salary, it's like 14 a year for the first 3, then 13, 9, 10, 4. And they loaded it so the first couple years they can have that big dump in salary and the rest keep an average value of it just in signing bonuses.
That's wild.
So that's a really, really smart play.
Yeah.
By the team.
No, I mean and that's the thing too, is like you got to give it to some of these players, managers, on coming to terms with these contracts, because these contracts that we've been getting recently have been wild. You know, and they're definitely heavily in favor of the players, which is nice to see.
What does Logan Cooley's look like? Now I'm curious. His is just all base. There is no signing bonuses for his contract.
Nope, just 8-year, $80 million.
First year is 13 million, and then 11 down all the way until the last year. That deal is almost, it's about a moderately heavy. Interesting how they work that contract out. So for the first 4 years, he doesn't have a no movement clause, but from 2030 to 2034, that 4-year group, he has a no trade clause on his contract. So they backloaded that, which is interesting.
So I wonder if they did that because his contract is a really big contract. So no team's going to want him because that's a really expensive purchase.
That is a big deal. And I wonder if they're banking on him being the face of the franchise by that point. And I mean, Logan Cooley's already one of your top guys. Him, Dylan Gunther, like they have a lot of young guys that'll be there for the long haul. But I wonder if that was them banking on him taking a couple years to really get into his own, and then by the 2030-31 season being
Well,
a top
but not,
face.
but not just him taking a couple years to kind of flourish and grow into like the face of the organization, but like for the organization to get out of adolescence. You
Well,
know
you
what I
think in
mean?
the last 5 years they've been garbage, and then
Right.
they moved. Last year they played pretty well, I
Right.
would
And this year
say.
they're doing
They're
fantastic, which
starting
is
off unbelievably this year. Like they were reasonably in an area for a playoff spot last year. So
yeah.
uh good moves. Also, like I said, the contract for Jacob Markstrom, 2 year, 12 million. He again, he needs to figure his shit out there if he wants to be considered for the Vezina Trophy. How about the Arizona or the how about the San Jose Sharks right now? After Philip Kurashev scored twice, including a game winner in overtime on Saturday that put them ahead of the Colorado Avalanche. Do we think that all of this sucking over the past 5 years is finally like giving life to this team?
I think it's too early to tell because right now they have a goal differential of 10. So I think it may be a little too early. Now, if they
Minus
were at a
10?
goal
Yeah.
differential of like 1 or 2,
If they had a
maybe.
positive goal differential, yeah.
But -10? Yeah. I mean, they're not the worst and
No, they're definitely
the
not the worst, but I mean, fucking
they're number
well,
3. They're in the top 3.
Macklin Celebrini has extended his point streak to 7 points throughout the game or throughout the last week. That's nuts.
No, he's an all-star.
Celebrini,
I
yeah,
feel like we are going to talk about him this season on Pucked Up, which by the way is on Wednesdays on all your favorite streaming platforms. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out.
good plug.
I feel like we're going to talk about him the same way we talk about Bedard, where he is a phenomenal player on a team that's wasting his potential.
Yeah. Well, again, we'll definitely get into them soon, but I mean, he is definitely having himself a nice start to the season. I mean, you look at his point standing right now, 12 games, he's got 18 points on the season. He's got 7 goals, 11 assists. Obviously, seven game point streak, which is nice. That's good to have. I think the fact that this kid is 19
Yeah.
and like just full goddamn stop. The fact that this kid is 19 years old.
And already as popular as he is. I mean, when you talk about him, he's usually being talked about with Crosby and
Guys that
Matthews
had that level
and
of fucking potential
yeah,
in their rookie seasons and now into his second year.
at 19.
Yeah, at 19. I mean, he's off a 63-point season last year with the Sharks in his rookie year. Like,
Dude, the crazy thing to think about that is if he keeps playing, Ovi is 20 years older than him.
he's
What
at
are we going to get with 20 more years of hockey from this player?
he's at 32 goals already this season, or just in his career in 82 games, because he missed some games last year with injury. So in what
Dude,
would
he
be
keeps
considered a
this up.
full season, 32 goals, 81 points.
Dude, that's wild.
The kid's
I
almost got
bet
100 points in 2 seasons.
that's disgusting, especially as a rookie, because I don't think he wasn't first line last year, was he?
Yeah, he was.
The whole season?
Yeah, that team was bad. That team's terrible. He's probably the best player.
Yeah, well, he definitely showed it, so keep it up. We want to see more from you.
For real. I mean, speaking of teams on weird streaks, how about the Minnesota Wild finally snapping a 5-game losing streak?
Yeah, I mean, and you know what though? I hate to say it. Actually, I don't hate to say it. They're not really in a bad spot in the stand-ins. Like they can come back. I mean, again, it's still very new. It's early in the season.
I mean, they started off terribly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're finally getting the production you need out of your goaltender. Like Gustafsson just had a 26 save game. Um, they were 0-3-2 in their previous 5 games up till Saturday night, which is rough.
Yeah.
That is not what you want to see, especially out of a team with so much promise. Some we've all essentially, if I remember correctly, we all said they were going to make the playoffs.
But the
So
crazy thing is, they're not that far behind in points.
no,
That's it. They win one game and get the 2 points from that,
that moves them right up
and
to
and they're up
top
to
of
they're
the.
tied with the Ducks at 13 points. I mean, obviously, if the Ducks don't play a game before they get that, but dude, they're at 11 points right now in the standings.
Yeah, I mean they've turned it
So
around over the past, and it's funny because we're sitting here talking about, oh, this and that. We're what, 13, 14 games into an 82 game season. We're almost a quarter of the way through the year. You
right,
know,
which is wild. I feel like it just started.
for an 82 game season, it moves relatively quickly. And obviously, we're going to have scheduling changes because of the All-Star break, but it's
Well, and the
and the
Olympics.
Olympic break. So it just, but it's wild. We're 2 months into the season now.
Yeah, unbelievable. No, 2 months, month and a month.
Month, oh, season
Yeah,
started in what, October. Yeah, so we're a month in
yeah,
now.
yeah. I was like,
Full
hold
month
on, two
in,
months. It's like, hold up.
which is, it's, yeah. But I would say with that, we can head to check out the standings if you'd like to take the Eastern Conference, sir.
Yeah, so let's give update for the Eastern Conference. We have the Atlantic division. Montreal Canadiens are leading with 18 points. They are 9-3-0, followed by the Detroit Red Wings, who have 16 points, and the Ottawa Senators, who are currently at 14. For the Metropolitan Division, we have the New Jersey Devils, we talked about earlier. They're killing it at 18 points, tied with the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are also at 18 points, followed by the Columbus Blue Jackets of 14 points. They have a very solid lead for first place
Yeah.
in that division right now.
Yeah.
The Eastern wild card currently looks like Carolina Hurricanes at 14 points, tied with the New York Rangers and the Boston Bruins. Would be your three teams to round out that, followed by the Philadelphia Flyers, Washington Capitals, Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Buffalo Sabres, all at 13, tied for second. Over in the Western, we have the Central Division. We have the Colorado Avalanche at 19 points, the Winnipeg Jets at 18, and the Utah Mammoths at 16. Over on the Pacific side of things, we have the Vegas Golden Knights at 15, tied with the Edmonton Oilers also at 15. Trailing the Seattle Krakens at 14 points. The wild card over there looks like Dallas Stars at 15 points, the Los Angeles Kings at 14, and the Ducks and the Blackhawks tied at 13. So it's anyone's game right now, unless you are in the Metropolitan Division, because the Devils and the Penguins have a 4-point lead.
I want to talk about, if we go over to the sorting and look at the league. Look at the bottom four. Actually, most of the bottom 10 are Western Conference teams. I mean, the Predators, the Canucks, the Wild, the Sharks, the Blues, the Flames, all fucking Western Conference teams.
Yeah.
Do we feel like there's a problem in the Western Conference with competition? Because think about the teams that you're naming at the top: the Avs, the Jets, the Golden Knights, Oilers, Stars, Kings. These are all teams that have made the playoffs over the past couple years. I mean, look at Seattle, 5-2-4. The Utah Mammoth, 8-3.
Yeah.
Do we think that there is an issue with competition? Because I mean, you look over in the West or in the Eastern Conference, and there's a lot of competition right now for those two wild card spots. And I mean, look at
Yeah.
teams like the Bruins, who you wouldn't have expected to even be there. The Capitals, who were leading the division at one point.
Uh-huh.
They've lost 6 of their last 10 or 5 of their last 10 games.
The Maple Leafs are on a huge lose streak right now, too. I mean, they won the other night barely, but
5-4-1 over the last 10.
yeah.
It's just crazy to me. I mean, look at the Calgary Flames, or a team we expected to be a lot better than they are. They're 1-7-2 in the last 10. They've got 2 wins.
Well, it's like, and then to me, like the St. Louis Blues, what the hell happened to them? Because the end of last season, they were pushing a wild card spot.
Yeah.
They came out of Four Nations with Bennington, and they were slapping everyone.
Well,
at one point, they were on what, like a 9-game win streak?
Yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that they had come back from an All-Star break and won a championship.
Rallied hard.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you don't have a lot of. There's not a lot happening on that team. I mean, Jordan Kyrou has 8 points in 12 games. That's who's leading the team.
That's wild.
Jake Neighbors with 7. Pius Suter with 7. Jimmy Snugarud. His last name always messes me up. 7 points. Pavel Buchnevich, Dylan Holloway, Robert Thomas, 6 points. Like, there is no production. Binnington has a goals against average of 3.21. Hofer has a goals against average of 5.16 in 5 games. So
wild.
Whatever the fuck they have going on, they might want to figure it out real quick. I continue to be impressed with the Chicago Blackhawks. This is a better start than they've had in multiple years. I'm impressed with Anaheim. Anaheim is playing some of the best hockey that they've played in a long time. They're 6-3-1 in their last 2 games. They just played the other day. They played the Detroit Red Wings and handled them no problem. Tonight they got to play the Devils.
And they're gonna get slapped.
I don't know.
Way the Devils have been playing.
This is gonna be the true test to see how good this team is, because you're playing against an unreal goaltender who, yes, has had a bit of a rocky start to the season, but the team's what, 8-3? Like,
yeah,
you want to if you want, or 9-3. I'm sorry, if you want to put your abilities to the test, and they're undefeated at home. This is where you find out what you're made of early in the season. Can you hang with the top teams?
Dude, the Devils are just so disgusting this year. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm just like mind blown on like just the way the season's working. I mean, look at the Flyers. I mean, the Flyers, you want to talk about a team who's made some nice moves? I mean, they snagged Trevor Zegras in the offseason, but Trevor Zegras is leading the team in points right now. He has 13 points. Sean Couturier, 9 points. Tyson Forrester, Travis Konechny, Noah Cates, Bobby Brink, all 7 points. Like, there's actual production out of them.
Yeah, they're freaking. They have a good like synergy amongst them, and when they're out there, they know how to play well off each other, and I think that's helpful.
And I think this is good for anyone who doubted Trevor Zegras' abilities, because, he obviously spent the beginning of his career in Anaheim. And
how does that make you feel? He got picked up. He's over there and he's killing it, dude.
Listen, I'm happy for him, because I know a lot of people who say he's terrible and he's garbage and he's this and that. And I'm like, well, he's doing really good right now. Who is the Who is the points leader for the Ducks? That is the question I want to know. I think it's Troy Terry. It is not. It's Leo Carlson. Killorn. Yeah, it's Leo Carlson, then Troy Terry. But I mean, again.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I thought you meant goal points, not just points.
The youth coming through right there. Leo Carlson, 15 points. Cutter Gauthier, 10 points. There's just a good balance on offense. The biggest issue is our backup goaltending situation, because Peter Mrazek is averaging, or has a goals against average of 5.52. That is fucking awful. And that's who we got for John Gibson.
Right.
Like, that's what we got? You just trying to give the guy away? Like, we need to figure out something on that defensive end.
Dude, you want to see something disgusting that is wild? Go look at the point differential of the skaters for Toronto.
Oh, God.
It's not even at all. It is so wild.
Do you guys not have a stats page?
Oh no, this is the weird thing. You have to go over to team and then scroll down to stats. I don't like how that's formatted.
That's stupid.
I agree.
That's stupid.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, there's no
see that?
there's no surprise here to see Tavares and Nylander. Matthew Nye is having 15 points. The fact that they're having better seasons than Austin Matthews right now is crazy.
I hate to say it, but I feel like Austin Matthews, I don't feel like his head's in the game as much as it used to be.
I don't know. I mean, you
It's
guys
not been a good season for him.
You guys need to fucking work on your goaltending issue though.
Oh,
Hayden Primo has a 4.3 goals against average. Stolars is over 3. I mean, you guys can't be giving up goals because where are you guys in the standings right now? Yeah, you're 6-5-1.
Down at the bottom.
You guys are barely over 500 on a technicality. Like,
yeah, it's been a rough few weeks.
What do we expect to see from the next month of the season?
I think that you are going to see, because I mean, here's the issue, right? This next month, because at time of recording, this is obviously going to get released. It's the start of November.
Yeah,
there's holidays this month. Canadian and American holidays, and that's going to interfere with games, and that's going to people are going to take breaks. They're going to want to be with family. It's going to throw a whole wrench into what we just went through in October, because in October there's really no holidays. I mean, there's, I guess, Canadian Thanksgiving and
Thanksgiving and Halloween, but I mean that's kind of it.
Indigenous Peoples Day and stuff. But other than that, there's not really any major holidays.
Nothing that would like mark off a day of the calendar year.
Right. So
I don't even think they take games off for Canadian Thanksgiving. I think that's just a thing is you're playing on Thanksgiving.
But it's different in United States, right?
Yeah.
No one does anything on Thanksgiving.
No, it's football is what dominates Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And then you immediately go right into Christmas and New Year's season, right?
And there will be games off for Christmas.
Yeah. So I feel that you're going to see the teams, like you said earlier, we're almost a third or a quarter through the season. Now it's the time to reevaluate what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, change up your rosters, run with it for the next month and a half, see what you can improve on, and hopefully salvage the season and come back strong after the holiday break and play strong until you take the All-Star break or the Olympic break. Because that'll be a month and a half or almost 2 months of just solid straight hockey with almost no interruptions. But I truly feel that there's going to be a lot of mix up with the lineups and the teams and stuff over the next 2 months, because it's kind of like a rough patch with holidays and vacations and stuff like that going on all across North America, that they're going to try different things. They're going to see what works. And then when we hit January 3rd or 4th, right after, New Year's, then we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to get a month and a half of hard, solid hockey before the All-Star and Olympic breaks.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to see teams make huge strides to set themselves up for either guaranteed to be in the playoff or they're fighting tooth and nail for a wild card spot. I think that's where you're going to see a huge spread happen across the leaderboard.
Well, you want to get yourself set up into a position where you're not losing your opportunity in the beginning of the season. I mean,
yeah, I mean, because by the time like January comes around, we're halfway through the season at that point.
Yeah, and that's once you get to like that All-Star break, it's like, all right, now you gotta fucking fix your shit, because again, teams like Calgary and St. Louis, who are literally having the worst case scenario start to a season, that's you're gonna want to get that into gear. And I mean, look at teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have been unbelievable over the past few years.
Yeah.
They're the second worst team in the Eastern Conference.
Dude, and here's the crazy thing. Like, looking at the stats of the Calgary Flame and the St. Louis Blues right now, the Flames, their goalies, their goals against aren't even really that bad. I mean, Dustin Wolf's a 3.63 and Devin Cooley is a 1.98, which isn't horrible.
They're not scoring is the problem.
Right.
That's the big issue.
But when you go over to, see, that's a clear-cut thing. Now you need to put pressure on your offensive line.
Yeah.
Hey, the defense is doing shit. You guys are letting us down. Now, it's a different story when you go over to St. Louis Blues, because you have Jordan Bennington at a 3.21, which isn't horrible, right?
It's not
But then
great,
you have
but
Joel Hoffer at a 5.16.
yeah. That's a different situation. They're not really scoring and they're allowing goals. So that's a
I'm sorry.
recipe for
How much is
disaster.
this guy getting paid right now? Because I think it's time for him to lose some of that money. He signed a 2-year deal at $6.8 million.
You worth that $3 million a year? 3.4 a year? That's not good.
5.16.
Yeah. That's
you
bad.
aren't a goalie. You're Swiss cheese.
Literally, I could find another AHL guy that probably does your job better.
Congratulations. You are now the honorary first ever member of the Weekend Whistle Swiss Cheese Club.
Swiss Cheese Club. We'll mark you down.
Congratulations, Joel Hoffer. You are the original Swiss cheese of the Weekend Whistle. Thank you.
Tune in next week to see who has the worst of the week. Who's got the worst? That's just going to be our new thing now. We're just going to find the worst goals against average of the fucking week. Or whoever
we're
gave up the most
gonna do
goals.
A little crown. So it's his headshot right here with a little crown on it, and he's gonna be wearing a Swiss cheese cape.
Just be a dunce hat.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? We'll just give.
I'm stupid.
Give him a green.
Cheese
doesn't
hat.
have to be a dunce cap. We'll just give him the Green Bay cheese
hat. The cheese hat. There it is. Yeah, it's already Swiss. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What do we have? Any notable matchups this week? I know, Bubba. I'll pet you in a second. My cat decided he wanted to hang out.
You want some lovin'? All right, let's see what we got coming up this week.
The Utah Mammoth Buffalo Sabres will playing on Tuesday. That'll be an interesting matchup. We will see what the Sabres are actually made of against a really good team. And then the
Devils versus the Canadiens on Thursday. That's gonna be a wild game.
Yes. Also a rematch. The Panthers and Ducks. The Ducks beat the Panthers last time they played.
Yeah, which was fantastic to see.
They started beating them down.
Oh, speaking of Panthers, when have they announced when Marchand should be coming back from his little hiatus to go help out his friend in Nova Scotia?
I think he's already back.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's just a short thing.
Yeah, I think he is already back. Red Wings versus Golden Knights on Tuesday.
Yeah, there's 10 games on Tuesday. Hell yeah.
There is 10 games on Tuesday.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Look at all of the different broadcasters you can see to watch this shit.
I know. Because
NHL, fix your shit, please.
Every team has their regional broadcast. That's just. But the good thing about the ESPN deal is, as long as you live outside of that market, any game that's not on like TNT or the NHL Network, you have access to.
For the most part.
Yeah, unless barring blackouts. Right. But which is all just regional stuff. Like, I can't watch the I can't sit and watch like Bruins games because obviously we live in New England, so for us it's,
which is crazy because you're closer to New York than
I'm
Boston?
In between both. Actually, almost exact distance between both.
So can you watch New York games? That sucks, dude. You lose so much being where you are.
I can watch Islanders games, but I can't watch Rangers games. So I miss 4 games due to blackout a year.
That's dumb.
It is dumb.
Stupid.
But again, I live in those markets and I'm not going to pay the extra. I would say that probably wraps it up again for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, let you know anytime we upload anything new. You can catch this, obviously, every Monday. Wednesdays, you can catch the newest episode of the Pucked Up Podcast, which we are going to have some pretty heavy shit to talk about this week. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. For Maul and myself, thank you guys, and we will see you next week.